If you walk into a traditional home in Kyoto, you will notice an unspoken truth within the first 5 seconds. True beauty is never added, it is preserved. For centuries, Japanese women have practiced daily rituals of purification that modern Western science is only now beginning to understand. While millions of American women spend thousands of dollars on complex 10-step skincare routines, aggressive chemical peels, and hurried morning showers, they often find themselves trapped in an endless cycle of chronic skin irritation, premature aging, and invisible fatigue. The tragic irony is that the modern world taught us to treat hygiene as a rushed chore, a battle against our own biology. In Japan, cleanliness is not a frantic attempt to erase dirt. It is a sacred act of restoring inner and outer harmony. Today, we will uncover the 7 profound hygiene rituals that Japanese women perfected centuries ago, and the fundamental mistakes most Western women make every single day without ever realizing the silent damage they cause. Before we begin this journey into timeless wisdom, take a quiet breath, subscribe to the channel, and join our growing community dedicated to restoring balance and mindfulness to everyday life. And if you feel that your daily routine has become a source of stress rather than renewal, if you carry the invisible weight of exhaustion, constantly giving your energy to the world while your own spirit and body feel neglected, I have placed a transformative guide for you in the first pinned comment below. It holds the deeper principles of reclaiming your vitality and inner peace from the inside out. You can access and download it directly through the link in the pinned comment today, but please remember it will only remain available for a limited time. Treat this as your first step toward honoring yourself. Now, let us examine the subtle, ancient art of Japanese purification. In the West, the modern shower is designed for velocity. You step under scalding water, lather aggressively with harsh surfactants, rinse within 7 minutes, and rush out the door into a high-stress workday. To a Japanese woman, this approach is fundamentally flawed. It cleanses the surface, but it shocks the nervous system and strips the skin's delicate lipid barrier. In Japan, the bath, known as Ofuro, is divided into 2 entirely separate dimensions: the act of cleansing the body and the sacred act of soaking the spirit. A Japanese woman never steps into a hot bath to get clean. Long before her body ever touches the soaking tub, she sits on a low wooden stool and washes thoroughly using gentle, circular motions. Only when her physical body is pristine does she lower herself into the steaming water, often infused with mineral-rich salts, cedar extract, or yuzu peels. This is not an indulgence. It is preventative medicine. Soaking in clean water, heated precisely between 38 and 40 degrees Celsius, stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, dilates the microcapillaries beneath the skin, and gently softens accumulated sebum without stripping natural protective oils. In the American routine, hot showers act as a stressor, drying out the skin and sending cortisol levels spiking. The Japanese bath acts as a reset button, restoring thermal equilibrium and preparing the body for cellular repair during sleep. When you separate washing from soaking, your bath ceases to be a chore and becomes an act of deep biological restoration. One of the most destructive habits common in Western beauty routines is the reliance on friction. Makeup wipes, abrasive physical scrubs, and stiff washcloths are marketed as tools of deep cleanliness. In reality, they create microscopic tears in the stratum corneum, weaken elasticity, and accelerate fine lines around the delicate eye and jaw areas. Japanese skincare philosophy relies on a sacred rule: never let your bare hands create friction against dry skin. This ancient wisdom manifests today in the double cleansing method. The first step involves an oil-based cleanser derived from natural botanicals like camellia, tsubaki, or rice bran oil. When applied with light, gliding strokes, the oil dissolves makeup, airborne pollutants, and oxidized sebum, according to the fundamental law of chemistry. Like dissolves like. No pulling, no tugging, no abrasive cloths. Only after this layer is emulsified and rinsed with lukewarm water does the second step begin, a gentle foam wash. But Japanese women do not apply foam directly with their fingertips. They whip the cleanser into a dense, cloud-like microfoam using a mesh net. This foam creates a physical cushion between the hands and the face. The tiny microbubbles lift residual impurities from the pores through capillary action alone. The hands never forcefully rub the skin. The foam does the work. Cleanliness achieved through gentle intention will always outlast cleanliness achieved through violence against the skin. True personal hygiene does not begin on the surface of the skin. It begins with the boundary between the external world and your private sanctuary. In Western homes, it is remarkably common to see people walk across city streets, public restrooms, and polluted sidewalks. Even when shoes are removed at the door, the transition is often casual and unstructured. In Japanese architecture and philosophy, this transition is governed by the genkan, a sunken entryway that marks the absolute physical and spiritual divide between the chaos of the outside world, soto, and the purity of the home, uchi. Japanese women understand that dust, toxic street particulates, heavy metals, and external bacteria settle onto fabrics, floors, and bedsheets. When you step into a Japanese home, your outdoor shoes are removed immediately in the lower area, facing outward toward the door. You immediately step up onto a raised floor into clean indoor slippers. Furthermore, Japanese homes maintain separate slippers specifically for the restroom. You never wear your indoor house slippers into the bathroom, nor do you wear bathroom slippers back onto living room floorboards. By maintaining these strict physical microboundaries, the living environment remains fundamentally cleaner, reducing atmospheric allergens, airborne irritants, and bacteria that directly affect skin health and respiratory well-being during rest. The Western skincare market is saturated with powerful synthetic acids, chemical peels, and aggressive motorized brushes that promise instant cellular turnover. While these treatments offer short-term radiance, they frequently leave women with chronic redness, heightened sensitivity, and broken moisture barriers that take months to heal. For over 1,000 years, Japanese women, including the court ladies of the Heian period and traditional geishas, perfected gentle exfoliation using a single humble ingredient, kominuka, or rice bran. Rice bran is the nutrient-dense outer layer removed during the polishing of brown rice. Rather than burning or scratching the skin, rice bran contains a natural complex of vitamin E, ferulic acid, squalane, and gamma-oryzanol, a powerful antioxidant unique to rice. Traditionally, finely ground rice bran is placed inside a small, handmade cotton pouch, nukabukuro. When soaked in warm water, the pouch releases a milky, nutrient-rich emulsion. It is gently swept across the face and neck in soft, rhythmic patterns. It does not strip the skin's acid mantle. It polishes the surface, evens out pigmentation, and delivers deep hydration simultaneously. Modern women often believe that results require harsh intervention, but Japanese wisdom teaches that nature's gentlest elements, applied with consistent reverence, yield the most enduring radiance. When American women experience dry, brittle, or thinning hair, their immediate instinct is to purchase heavy restorative conditioners, synthetic hair oils, or complex styling masks. They focus almost entirely on the dead keratin strands that hang from the head, completely ignoring the living soil from which those strands emerge. In Japan, hair care is fundamentally understood as scalp care. The scalp is an extension of the facial skin, containing a higher concentration of sebaceous glands and hair follicles that easily become clogged with sebum, sweat, and styling residue. A Japanese hair washing ritual is deliberate and mindful. Before stepping into the shower, the hair is thoroughly brushed with a natural bristle brush to loosen dry debris and stimulate circulation. The hair is thoroughly rinsed with warm water for at least 2 full minutes before any shampoo is applied, removing up to 80% of water-soluble dirt. Cleansers are massaged directly into the scalp using the soft pads of the fingers, never the fingernails, in small, upward circular motions to encourage lymphatic drainage. Cold or tepid water is used for the final rinse to close the hair cuticles and tone the scalp tissue. By treating the scalp like delicate facial skin rather than a durable fabric to be scrubbed, Japanese women maintain thick, lustrous hair well into their later years without relying on heavy silicones or artificial glossing treatments. One of the most persistent and unhygienic oversights in Western personal care is the continued reliance on dry toilet paper. Modern medicine widely acknowledges that dry friction cannot thoroughly clean delicate biological areas. It merely smears bacteria, causes microabrasions, and leaves microscopic residues that lead to discomfort and infections. Japan revolutionized intimate hygiene decades ago by integrating warm water washlets into almost every household, hotel, and public facility. This modern innovation is rooted in the ancient Shinto concept of kegare, the spiritual and physical state of uncleanness or stagnation that must be washed away immediately with running water. A Japanese washlet uses temperature-controlled, pulsating water streams, followed by warm air drying, ensuring thorough purification without physical friction or harsh chemicals. For women, this practice is vital for maintaining delicate pH balance and preventing urinary tract or reproductive tract irritations. Embracing water-based cleansing is not a luxury. It is the most fundamental standard of basic human hygiene, replacing an abrasive Western convention with pure, effortless physiological cleanliness. In many Western households, deep cleaning is an exhausting, sporadic weekend event, a monumental battle against accumulated clutter and dirt. Bed linens are washed infrequently, damp towels are hung in closed, humid bathrooms, and mattress care is neglected for years. In Japan, environmental purification is integrated into the daily flow of morning life through small, non-negotiable rituals. Because Japanese traditional living frequently utilizes futons, sleeping mattresses placed directly on tatami mats, linens cannot simply be left unattended. Every single morning, futons and blankets are folded and aired out. On sunny days, they are hung outdoors on balconies to absorb direct ultraviolet light and fresh circulating air, naturally neutralizing dust mites, moisture, and bacteria without chemical sprays. Furthermore, Japanese women rarely leave damp towels inside the bathroom, where humidity fosters rapid microbial growth. Bathrooms are designed with dedicated ventilation and drying systems, and towels are washed and line-dried daily in open air. To a Japanese woman, sleeping on bedding that has absorbed weeks of sweat, dead skin cells, and ambient moisture is unthinkable. Your skin spends 8 hours every night pressed against your pillow and sheets. If your sleeping environment is not purified daily, even the most expensive skincare routine in the world will fail to protect you. True hygiene is never about chasing an impossible standard of perfection. It is the quiet, daily decision to finally stop at war with yourself. For years, the modern world has taught you to rush through your own life. It convinced you to treat your body like an endless task list, to clean in a hurry, to scrub away stress, and to carry the exhausting weight of everyone else's needs, while leaving none of that gentle care for the woman looking back at you in the mirror. You feel that silent fatigue, not just on the surface of your skin, but deep inside your spirit, where the constant pressure of modern life slowly drains your vitality. The women of ancient Japan understood something profound. You cannot heal a weary soul with aggressive routines, and you cannot find true radiance while running on empty. Peace begins the moment you give yourself permission to slow down, to breathe, and to restore what the world has quietly taken from you. If you are carrying that hidden exhaustion, if you feel disconnected from your own strength and long to reclaim a life of clarity, dignity, and inner stillness, the guide I prepared for you in the first pinned comment was created precisely for this moment. It is waiting for you right now, but it will only remain available to download for a limited time. Take a breath, step away from the noise, And go to the pinned comment below to claim your guide before it is gone. Give yourself the grace, the care, and the deep peace you have spent so long giving to everyone else.